Good morning. Good Sunday morning, that is. Let me see. Well, let me see who's on in here with me today. Oh, I can't quite pick him out. Who is that? Well, hello, Sick. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Oh, how you doing, buddy? Are you keeping warm down in Florida? He's got a lot of people entertaining him over there. Oh, well, let's get this Sunday madness off to a good start. Uh, Welcome to Mack's World. Old Mack's World. Let me see, what can I do over here? Oh, hello, Mom, and 2-4, my friend. Let me see, who's that? I'll be making you uncomfortable. Good morning. As you can see, we're back at home. Damn, my hair looks bad. Shit. No matter what I do to it. Uh, Somehow I am just not quite organized today, right? It just seems I just can't get it quite right. There we go. Better. I like to be under the stars. Hey, buddy, enjoy your grandchildren and enjoy life. Thank you very much for at least saying hello and waving. That's important. And I appreciate you, buddy. I'll keep working this thing till I get it right. Well, we're sitting here enjoying, this is my second cup of coffee. Had a tragic day yesterday. Don't want to bring anybody down, but we didn't get back from the hospital last night till pretty late. Had to take Theo into the emergency vet hospital. He was in surgery for 6 hours, but he just came over and said hello to me this morning. He's alive. He's awake. We brought him home last night. It wasn't a pleasant day yesterday. Anyhow, cold here in Alabama. I don't know exactly the temperature now. I don't have my phone turned on. Oh, here's the phone. I turned my phone on to see what the temperature is. I'm still wearing a hoodie. Well, let me see. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me continue my train of thought here. Get the weather. Oh Lord, I need I need a phone charge. Weather is 54 degrees. Oh my God. That ain't that bad at all. When I went to bed last night, it was 32 degrees. But I didn't go to bed after midnight, so. But it's warmed up. And of course, it's already 11 o'clock in the morning here. Well, anyhow, I will endeavor to get this phone hooked up here so I can charge my phone. You'll have to pardon me for just a moment while I do all this organizing. Something just ain't completely right. Maybe see what has happened here. Let's go to settings. Hang on, bear with me. I gotta make this camera right. Camera. Yeah, everything is right there. Well, how about touching up my appearance? Make me look better. Ooh, look at there. That's as good as you can make me right there. There's no artificial old Mac. That's the real Mack Attack. Well, I met some interesting people at the hospital with the dog. They all had their pets and their dogs, the animals, and cat. They had everything. But while we was there, two of the people that brought their animals in, we watched them take them out in cardboard boxes. You know, really neat cardboard boxes. I mean, it wasn't just like they were really decorative, you know, and like with grief and sorrow. But their pets didn't make it. And that was so sad. But I met a really nice young man that wanted to know about hiking trails in Alabama. They were new to the area, or they love hiking. Him and his wife loved hiking, and I hooked him up with a guy named Sonny. Sonny is a fellow that works for the state of Alabama. Yeah, come right over here, honey. Come around right behind me. Here come my little. Oh, look right here. I'm gonna have you to do me a favor. I can't get down there to do it. How about giving me the skeeter?
Little grandpa.
As you can see, now, honey, and before you do anything, it plugs in right in this hole. There's a hole over here. You'll see it. It only goes one way.
Got it.
All right, now take this in and plug it into my phone there. There we go.
Wrong one.
What's wrong? What did you plug in, honey? Please, honey, you could not have plugged that in. If you burnt that out, well, you plug it in wrong.
There we go.
You know you can't plug the little in the USB.
I know.
Okay. See what happens when you take the little end and stick it in there? It will arc out the electrodes inside of the.
Okay. It's charging.
And that's $400 power supply. So.
All right, you're charging.
Thank you very much. Give me a high five. You can look right in there and say hello. There's some fine folks right up in there.
Hi.
Are you happy to be home?
Oh, thank God.
How about a little bit right here? So how about a little bit as for me giving you a safe ride all the way home?
We're never doing an all-nighter again. Never.
Come here. So, I asked her, I said, we was over in Flagstaff, Arizona, and that was on Friday morning at 4:30. Well, we was in the car.
You were trying to take a picture of the 19-degree temperature.
I was showing the 19-degree temperature.
And it was cold as crap.
So we.
I'll probably sit down.
Oh, go ahead. Oh. All right. Yeah, there's more like it. So we started driving along there. Oh, we had such a frustrating night getting into our room. It was like a scream fest for me. I was just wore out. And
your body was hurting. We
circled the complex area, one of them you know how hotels are. We circled all around through there. We didn't know this, out of the millions of people in the world that was
in Flagstaff that day.
And Flagstaff that day, there would be two Turners in the same facility. They sent us to a room. Let me finish it. We sent us to a room. And as soon as we got to the room, we know that we was in the wrong room. I said, wait a minute. the reservation said room 111, I believe.
Mm.
So she walks all through the complex, gets down there. They had to send the manager up there and everything because I was a little irate.
We're sorry. We made a mistake. Your room was exactly this one.
It was 2 turners. Anyhow, they finally directed us around and got us into the. We didn't make a mistake. We did everything right. But we finally got in the room. So we're driving along there, and I said, how about, see, it's only, I don't know how many miles it is, 12 or 1,500 miles from Flagstaff to Birmingham. I said, I've done 1,200 in a single setting before, but she's never done the 1,200 miles in a day. So I said, would you be up for a 24-hour? Did I say that?
You did. And I thought, if you can pull, and I said, if you can pull it off, go for it.
So we left Flagstaff 4:30 in the morning on Friday morning.
And arrived here at 4:30 Saturday morning.
Saturday morning here at my house, 4:30 in the morning. And
We're still trying to adjust back to.
oh, I got all worked up. I didn't get worked
I'm
up
talking
over
about our
there plugging the wrong
sleep
cable in.
I'm talking about our sleep schedules.
But anyhow, oh my God. I at 2:00 in the morning, let's see, when did I enter Alabama?
3 a.m. on the dot.
3 in the morning. I entered the state of Alabama at 3:00 in the morning.
On the dot.
Exactly 3 a.m.
Kind of like what you planned in your head.
And I thought to myself, oh my God, it said I had 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. Oh, you're talking about a stretch. Try to get that damn hour and 15 minutes in there. It was, we traveled the last 22 miles in the forest. That's how deep we are into the forest, 22 miles.
And barely anyone on the road.
Except we were looking for deer every inch of the way. More people get killed on that road over there because of deer. I mean, we love deer. We ain't saying, Alabama, you got to get rid of them deer. No. I know I'm rambling along. Anybody that wants to join in, just come in here and join in. My link is right. Well, it's on my community page, but I can post it again here in a minute. But we got in, and the power was off, and everything was frozen in the house. It was
cold.
It was cold when we got
You
here.
can see your breath.
You can see your breath inside
you
the
still
house.
can a little bit in the front.
So we got under the comforter and got all warm. Got the baby here slept under my armpit. Grandpa, this little dog right here, y'all don't remember, but Angelique, she had a baby named Tanner, and Tanner passed away this year. And Tanner was the love of her life. She had him for 12 years. Well, this is the grandfather to Tanner. He's an old man, little old man. He's
little grandpa.
He's hard of hearing. He can't hear at all. He can't see. His little eyes are kind of gray looking.
He has the bladder of a racehorse.
But he is a sweet, adorable little animal.
And we love him.
He rode so good. He never, no car sickness or nothing like that. But the little fellow, he had to investigate this house. This house is rather large. It's got upstairs, and it's got west rooms, and it's got what we call the east room. That's way over yonder.
As in the east wing, get it right.
The east wing. The east wing is over near the dining area. On the other, it's 30 feet from here, 30 or 40 feet over there. This little old dog, you can hear his little hoofs on we got hardwood floors. Click, 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 click.
You may not hear me, but you hear him.
Yeah. And he was wandering all around and checking everything out.
Hey, weren't we just there?
Yeah, we were just there.
But it wasn't sunny and warm.
No.
All right.
Thank you, honey.
No problem. We gotta move back over to his. Oh, I'm washing his pillow.
Oh, okay. Little Theo, he bled for 5 days. We couldn't get no emergency hospital to work on him. We tried so many ways to get something done for him. So when I got up, Saturday morning, even though we didn't get here until 4:30, by 7:30 we was back up. We was calling vets all around. Our vet was closed. No, our vet was open, but they couldn't see him because they were booked up. So we took him to Hoover, Alabama, 44-mile drive down to Hoover. We called. I said, yes, we're an emergency 24-hour hospital. So we took off to Hoover. I mean, by this time, it was already noon before we could get a connection with the people. So we get him down. There's a long waiting period, and finally they got him in. He was in the surgery area for 6 hours, and they got him all fixed up. They pumped him full. He's got a shunt in his leg. I got to take him tomorrow to the vet to have it taken out. And as soon as he woke up out of surgery, they brought him out to the car. And he's getting along good today. He's already been outside. Life is good. That's the reason I decided to take the opportunity. Hey, Brown Chicken, I'm sorry. I'm telling the story, and I'm not being observant. I'm not looking at who's over there. I'm so sorry that I missed you, Brown Chicken. Hey, Brown Chicken! Or what did the motor bomb call you the other day instead of ground chicken? Hey, ground chicken! Ground chicken. Let's see. Somebody checked out. Who was that? Come be right back. Okay. Don't know if it was. Didn't know if it was. Anyhow, so I'm telling a story about the little dog. If I don't, old people, they forget stuff. If you don't tell it right now, they forget stuff. This little fellow, his name is Colton. And let me tell you a little story about him. Colton was born in Alabama, but a U.S. American military serviceman had possession of Colton up in Washington State for 14 years. He's been up there. He's been up there for a long time. But Craig died, and now I got little Colton. Colton's always loved me. He always come running to me. He's a man's dog. He loves me, and the first night I got in bed, he crawled under my armpit. Yeah, he did. He was under that comforter with me. Him and I was sitting there blowing breath out, Power came back on. I don't know how long it's going to be on, but it's on now. And so that's the story. We got caught up here. I'm having my second cup of coffee. A little sip of coffee, little buddy. You like coffee? Huh? No, you don't like it. So we had to give Theo his medicine again this morning. We had to administer medicine at midnight last night, 12:30. And so he got his medicine in today. And what is really strange, when I went through the medicine, one of the medicine is gabapentin. Now, all you older folks out there may know what gabapentin is. Most of you young people don't know what gabapentin is. Oh yeah, Mack, Brown Chicken. You can see we're under the American flag. We're on the American flag, man. Well, I think coffee is the only thing that's keeping my heart going there. It's a stimulant. But I don't have, I'm 84 years old. Hell, I can't have a heart issue. I mean, if I had a heart issue, I'd already croaked out by now because I had so many screaming fits between Seattle and here. I'm talking about screaming fits. It was just like a fate, like a big hammer had come down on old Mac. Man, I can't smell, never been able to smell all my life. And I got a pretty good sized honker. It might be a little warped and distorted, but I could almost smell I was getting home. Oh, golly, what a wonderful feeling. To know everything is in its right place, you know. My dog is in his bed over there. Little Colton is here keeping warm with old daddy. Huh? And we're back in where my cap. I got hats hanging around on the wall. It's nice being home. Brown chicken, I missed you a couple of times. I seen several times comments being made, but I was we turned she had the thing going in the car. She had it plugged in, and I could see brown chicken and I could see motor bomb but couldn't do no. We didn't have enough of internet because when you travel, all of a sudden you got a full signal, and next minute you got one bar, and nobody wants to see people fading in and out. But let me tell you, we left Wednesday up at Seattle Wednesday morning, and you know what happened on Thursday morning? We went through. I made a video of Mount Shasta. That's in Northern California. Soon after I posted that video in Northern California, there was magnitude 7 earthquake. It caused a tsunami. And everybody thought that was the big one coming. They have a big one coming called Cascadia. And that's going to be devastating to America. But we just slid right past the old earthquake, you know. So we got in over at Fort Irwin, California, Barstow. We were in a dust storm. We crossed at Needles at 71 degrees in Needles, California. We left, it was like 21 degrees or somewhere like that. Frozen, everything, truck completely frozen over. Got down to Needles, 21 degrees. I got down to Needles, 71 degrees. And we climbed up to Flagstaff. That's at 6,000 feet. And it dropped down to 16 degrees. Oh, cold. Oh. But it's a dry cold. You don't feel it. That's what you tell all the tourists. It's a dry cold. Oh, 2-4. Hey, why don't you come in? You know, let me. I posted it, but let me do the. I'll do the thing right here, and that way, if I can find the keys, I can't even see the damn keys. Oh. Here we go. Sorry about that. Well, my hair is still wet. I didn't run a hair dryer on it to dry it up. Didn't want to make a phony appearance, but you'll just have to deal with it. What you see is what you're going to get. I'm sorry, 2-4, about all the snow, but my folks, when I, not my folks, when I was over at the hospital, there was a young man that wanted to know about hiking trails, and I hooked him up with a guy that is one of the number one hiking human beings in the world. For those that know, I know a lot of you folks that's been on the West Coast. There's a trail. It's called the Pacific Cascade Trail, and it goes from Mexico all the way up into British Columbia. The Pacific Cascade Trail. This gentleman's name is Sonny. He works for the state of Alabama at a state park called Flag Mountain State Park. Flagg Mountain. In fact, if you go to my YouTube page and look at my videos and scroll down there, you'll find Flag Mountain. Now, Sonny, there's my man right there, buddy. There he is right there.
How you doing, Mack? How are you, brother?
I'm home.
How come you're home? I thought you weren't coming home till December 27th, I thought you said. I missed out on a lot of the story, I guess.
All right, so we had a dog injury, and we couldn't get any vets. It's just hard to get a vet to take a dog from out of state, or unless they got a record on it. Everybody has to be cautious, because you take a person that's got a little dog that love as much as you can love a little dog, you'll do anything to try to help it, to save it. And the problem being is they also know a lot of these people have money, and they will sue a hospital for neglect or whatever. So they got to have a complete record on all kinds of stuff, and it's hard. So I knew my vet in Alabama could take care of my dog. And so I get down here, and they said, no, we can't get you in. So we had to go to another town 44 miles away to get him fixed up.
Yeah, that's a long trip to get to a vet all the way from Washington back to Alabama, but I hear you got to look after your dog.
And so sick, you cannot believe how sick I was. I was so sick. I got, after my second week, I come down with fever. I was just very, very sick. Something we caught, I guess, on the road. Angelique was sick for 2 whole weeks.
Damn.
So instead of contaminating the whole state of Washington, we decided to get our asses out of Washington, because we don't want to be sued by the state of Washington for bringing rebel diseases up to Washington.
I heard you talking about your trip home. It's a good thing you weren't trying to run a logbook for that, eh?
Oh, yeah. We had to go through 3 or 4 points of entry. And so the problem being is they can't write you a ticket as a civilian for the amount of hours run. But they can question your ability to perform, to drive an automobile if you get out of it, walking staggering and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And but we got through all the points of entries, and we went by all the scale houses, and I said, all right, this is where we'd be stopped right here. This would be where we'd get a big ticket.
Yeah, I done it when I come back from BC the last time. I was hauling the RV back, and the last trek we left Ontario, and I drove 31 hours to get back to Nova Scotia straight. And yeah, same thing I was saying. If I was in the truck right now, like, a big truck, I'd have been stopped a long time ago. All the scale houses you pass, because RVs don't stop at scales. You just bypass them, so.
Yesterday I was telling about it while we was at the hospital over there. This young man wanted to know about hiking, and I hooked him up with a guy named Sonny that has done the Pacific Cascade Trail. He's done it 4 times. That's 2,000 miles up, 2,000 back. That's one trip, and he's done that 4 times. And then he came to the East Coast and he did the Appalachian Trail. He's did it 4 times. Those 2 trails, Appalachian, all the way from down here in Alabama, all the way up into Maine, all the way up through the Catskills and right on through there. But when he was watching the videos, there was a video, I turned it on a live so I could show him what StreamYard's about. Somebody faded to black.
I don't know what I did there. I'm trying to see the chat and it ain't working.
Oh, okay. Maybe put yourself back on the stage. I don't know. Hey, Dragon Queen. Oh, so good to see. There's my man right there. He's back again. Right, there we go. Now,
That was my fault. I was playing with buttons. I guess I shouldn't have been. I was trying to see
whatever you did, 2-4, don't do it again.
Yeah, okay. I was just trying to see the chat and it didn't work.
Well, yeah, anyhow, so this video right here, not this video, but the video that I did while I was in Washington State, you was on here, Motorbomb Virginia was on here, Sick was on here, and when he got to the part, Dave was the first one that came in. It must have been a week ago yesterday. But anyhow, I was showing this guy at the hospital. He was looking at it, and he liked Dave's accent. And then when you came in after Dave. You came in, and oh my God, first thing out of his head was Trailer Park Boys. Because in that video we were talking about you being the groundskeeper of the place where you're at, you know.
Yeah, and, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. He don't know how much fun we've had with the Trailer Park Boys, Mr. Leahy and.
Oh yeah. Love that show. Love that show.
There was quite a good group in here, and he was really impressed. He was really impressed about how organized everybody seems to be. Nobody double one another, you know. Everybody gives people room to talk, and
that's hard to do. The more people to get on screen, I find it real hard. Like when you get on Motobomb's channel on Saturday nights, there's 10 people up there. I don't even bother trying to get in because it's just too much.
Hey, 2-4, I know you can't see it, but here, stick your cigarette over close to the camera. Stick your cigarette. Just stick the wet end, not the far end. Turn it around. Turn it around. No, the wet end. Turn. That's it. Now put the end of it right towards your camera. There you go. See, I want Dragon Queen. She wants to take a big puff on that thing. Thanks, 2-4. Mm-hmm. He said, you're smoking without me. I dare you.
Yeah. Smoking cigarettes. We can smoke something else too, but try not to do that on camera so much.
Well,
this is Canada. We can smoke it anywhere we want.
I left the land of gummies, you know. Here you get a year and a day, you know, for even mentioning the word, you know.
No, well, it's fully legal here in Canada. Anybody of age can go and buy it. We sell it right in the liquor stores. They got gummies, they got extracts, they got weed, they got, whatever you want, oils, resins, rosins. They can sell everything right in the liquor store. Look at that sick bastard.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Did you see how I started my show this morning, Sick?
No, I was on. I was doing a live too.
I know you were doing a live on my live. I put the camera on you on your live on the TV.
Did you?
Yeah, dogs were laying on the couch, and you know. So I started my show off of you. I wanted to confuse people.
It was pretty much lives on ever since I got up. I got up and I was only up 20 minutes, and then I seen Sick on live. I was watching you for a while, and
I got up
I was
early.
over Shannon Thomas, and Robin was live, and then I looked. I was doing dishes and seen Mac was live. I said, "Holy shit! Look, the old boy was on. I gotta get on there."
Well, good seeing you, Sick. You know, Dragon Queen is in here. I'll make you comfortable. Let me see who else is in here. We got, of course, we got 2-4 and yourself, so we got a good crew. And Motorbomb was in here earlier.
Moto was in here. Yeah, he's doing some family stuff
today. He's doing the grandkid thing.
We had damn snow coming down like crazy ever since I got up. On Friday, we had green grass here. There was not a lick of snow or not a hint of it anywhere up until yesterday. We got probably a couple inches yesterday, and now today we probably gotten 4 inches so far today.
Will you keep this snow and that'll be it? There'll be just more snow on top and just.
I hope not. I hope it
Yeah.
melts off. I
Yeah.
think they're calling for some warmer days later this week with some rain, so I'm hoping it's gone. I hate the stuff. I really hate it.
Yeah.
I should not be in Nova. I should be in Alabama actually, I should be in Arizona. That'd be my prime spot to be.
Yeah.
But not in
I take the
Flagstaff.
heat in the summer.
But not in Flagstaff. It's snowing. And when I left there at Flagstaff, it was 19 degrees when I left. Snowing up in the hills. Everywhere it was snowing. See, we went up to the Grand Canyon there. You know, when you get up to Williams, temperature was so low. It was just unbelievable. And the wind over at the canyon is blowing 75 miles per hour. So, with snow.
I'd be in Quartzsite.
Couldn't see anything. It was like a whiteout. You couldn't even see the bottom. Yeah, you couldn't even see the bottom or nothing. It was just all white out.
Yeah, my wife's going to have quite a drive home from work later today when she gets off. And she hates the snow more than I do when it comes to driving, and she really hates it.
Well, you can send all your snow to Dragon Queen in Germany. They love the snow there.
I wish they'd get it and keep it.
Yeah.
Sterling
where Sick is. Sick on there all the last couple of days saying how cold he was. I could have kicked you right into you know what when you were saying that.
It was cold, man. For Florida, it's cold. Plus, you know, I'm on blood thinners now, and
well, I've been on blood thinners for years, and I know what you mean. I used to work outside in the winter with a T-shirt behind drill rigs and stuff. It didn't bother me. I can't do it now. If it's even close to zero, I'm bundling up, putting long johns on. These blood thinners definitely make a difference.
I pushed snow for like 35 years. Ridiculous. Every winter, push snow.
Sterling,
Sterling will a lot of plowing too.
Sterling Will said it's too cold to snow in Fallon, Nevada.
So you got your call into Dave and Cindy, did you, Sick? I heard you say something about you were going down the end of this week. I thought I heard you say.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go down the 13th to the 14th.
That'd be good. Get your foot in the door, so to speak. Use your good foot, not the bad one, eh?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get the van registered, but I don't have enough money.
Yeah, I caught that in your lives. Yeah,
so that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
I was just disappointed. Like, you know, everything went smoothly, and the inspection went smoothly. Everything went well, and it just was a matter of funds.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day,
when you did it,
it was 228 just for the inspection. Then it was 85 on top of that for the title, and then on top of that, they would have wanted another 290. So what's 290 and 290? Like it was more. It's more than that. It's more than
580.
That's like $600 or more.
Yeah, $580.
That's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, please let's don't talk about money. I have been my life and money has been like a funnel. It's just been thrown into the funnel, you know.
and then you know, she says, "Well, I gave you a car for free." I'm like, the car that I put tires on and a power steering pump and a radiator in, like that van.
Yeah.
That van that you're giving me that's costing me $580 just to get on the road. That van. Thanks for the van. I sound like an ungrateful prick.
Yeah. Hopefully you get that thing all registered up and it treats you all right for a while. Don't give you any headaches. Christ. It's the last thing you need.
It runs pretty damn good.
Seen the stall at the lights on you there the other day kind of scared me. I was like, oh shit, this is all he needs now.
You know what? I was like, why? Why would you do that? Was that just to keep me on my toes? Is that just to get the heart running a little faster? So I just, I threw it in park. I started it. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's not do that again, all right?
Yeah, the look on your face when that thing shut down on you, you went, oh shit, I can just hear them going between your ears.
I was like, we don't need the cops behind us when this happens.
No. Jesus, no.
Christ.
Cops real thick down there in Florida, like traffic cops. They bug you much, or
Well, I mean, they got scanners, you know.
yeah.
They scan
There's
the
the
text.
uncomfortable one. What's going on, sidekick? Got no audio.
Turn your
Oh, there it
microphone
is.
on.
I know, sidekick. That's fucking hilarious.
Hey, is he like a mime? Is he in a box and he can't get out?
Oh yeah, it's called Canada.
Canada.
Kanakistan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop
brother.
complaining about the snow, man. It happens every year. I don't know why you're complaining about it. It's just
I hate this
Stop
shit.
wasting
I'm
your-
going to complain till the day I'm dead about it.
It sucks when you got to push it.
Oh, I'm probably going to have to go get the farm tractor here in a while and go try to clear that friggin' driveway out. Got a half-kilometer driveway coming into this place.
It doesn't include snow right now.
Did you see what Stick? Can you see what Dragon Queen said?
No. What you say?
She said, "Oh my God, I see now white stuff, white fluff on your lap. Such a sweet pumpkin. What is? Oh, she's talking about me. Oh, I thought she was
What about
talking.
you?
Oh, she was talking. Oh, this little guy's name is Colton. He's 14 years old. He's the grandfather to my dog we had named Tanner. He's my Tanner's grandfather. And Theo, my dog, is laying over. He was in surgery for 6 hours, so he's over recovering in bed.
There you go, sick.
Yeah.
I'll talk about cold there.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Sure, come on up. We'll have a
No.
barbecue, bud.
No.
Oh my God! Oh, you're doing a good thing there, 2-4. So Dragon Queen can see what it looks like to see that beautiful snow. Get a
There's nothing
snowball.
beautiful about it.
Can you rake up a snowball off that table over there? Can you reach it? Or look at, show her a snow. Look here, Dragon Queen, all for you. Make it snow all up in here.
That's my poor Blackstone sitting there covered in snow.
See, Dragon Queen, we're here to please.
Oh, Dragon Queen can come take all this snow.
Oh my God, we're bringing people
Stuff it
together.
up for us.
This is what this is all about, bringing people together. She said, so sweet, 2-4. It was really a great thing.
Oh, I got a buddy of mine from New Brunswick texted me here. He says, we got snow. There's no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, Sick, give me a report. Give me a report on your foot. How's it going? I haven't had a chance to talk to you, so.
Yeah, it's getting there. There's still discharge, you know?
No, don't show us. No.
No. I changed it yesterday. If you go to I think yesterday's video, I don't know when I changed it. Or I changed it the other day. One morning I did it. It looks a lot better. Sterling would know. Sterling was there. He saw it. He said it looked better.
Oh, you made everybody squirm.
Sterling, you remember what day that was, Sterling? I think that was yesterday or the day before.
It was one of the two. I think I seen it as well.
It
I
was
don't
the
know.
last
All these
time I
lives
changed
run
the
together
dressing.
on me.
It had to be yesterday because I changed the dressing yesterday, I think. So it was yesterday morning, I believe. But yeah, it looks good.
Good.
You know, it has a lot more color coming back. I put some diabetic cream on the dry parts of the foot, and I kept away from the wound, you know.
That's good. Well, you know what to do to take care of yourself. You know, of course, as you know, being a diabetic, you don't heal as quick as, say, regular healing person, would heal up probably maybe a little quicker, but with the diabetes, it slows down the process.
Yeah, well, they went in. Did you know I had that procedure done, right, Mr.
I,
Mack?
I did hear about it. I didn't hear it from you. I heard others said that you went in for some kind of
They did angioplasty in my left leg.
oh yeah, for the veins or something
Yeah.
or
So below my left knee, there's three arteries. One goes to one side of your foot, and the other two go to the other side of your foot. My foot doctor had a hard time getting a blood pressure and a pulse in my left ankle. So he sent me to a cardiologist, which then said we have to do an angioplasty in your left leg because they did an ultrasound and they said that there was an obvious narrowing of the artery below the knee. Those
That's
two
good you got
veins.
that done that fast too, because up here that would have took probably a year to get that procedure. I was impressed to see how quickly you got that.
Bro, they were like stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were afraid I was going to lose the foot. And that would have been a big lawsuit.
Yeah, here in Canada, stuff don't happen that quickly.
Well, they thought, I mean, it was black, bro. The wound was black.
Yeah.
And very dark red, and he had to do. I did 2 rounds of antibiotics so far, and I'm off the antibiotics now.
Just make sure you get some damn comfortable shoes that ain't going to blister your feet once you. Cause that all stemmed from that camp out. You were doing a lot of walking around, and you must have got that blister. Then look what it festered into.
Yeah,
Right.
I know. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what like I gotta do for that. Like I gotta figure something out. Like I mean, I can ride with the boot perfectly. It doesn't hamper. It doesn't bother me. You saw me ride the FXR around a little bit that day, and it wasn't that bad. But I can ride both of them. It's just that need a little getting used to.
what? Did you have a good turnout on your this morning your live show, Sick?
I don't know. A couple people. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Good.
I don't know what the stats are. I had to erase a song already.
Yeah, I never looked at I hardly ever look to see how many people are in when I'm watching.
Yeah,
I just watch.
I don't pay attention to the numbers.
Half the time I'm not even watching. I'm just listening. I'm doing other stuff and listening to I could make a comment, and it could be an hour before I make another comment because I've been doing shit and I'm just listening to the audio basically. But
well, how do you get to play your music? What kind of arrangements do you have, Sick? Or
I don't. I get copyrighted.
oh, so they don't
monetize, so it shouldn't
And
matter.
then, well, I'm not monetized, and like if they say that they're gonna block it in certain regions, I'll erase the song, and I'll tell them to erase the song, so they'll erase the song.
I don't even understand why they bother with that. To me, in my mind, if like you or Mac or anybody goes on and plays a song, you're promoting that band. That band is going to get more.
I already got copyrights from this morning. Check this out. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Copyright. Edit processing. Partially blocked. 46 views. 22 hours. 22.3 watch hours.
Because you're in no way making money off of playing their music. They're getting promoted for free, and you're not gaining from it. It's nothing like I don't get where they can say. But anyway, I don't know. People way smarter than me.
So what they did is they got all the songs. They got Terrapin. They got When I Paint My Masterpiece, Knickerbocker Arena. That's what.
What about like the other day when you were in the van the other day and you were playing the local radio station? Do they ding you for that as well?
Maybe. I don't know. Ramble on Rose, Standing on the Moon, Althea, War Pigs, Penny O, Peggy O, Mississippi Half Step, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Going Down the Road Feeling Bad, Estimated Profit. And those are the ones that are copyrighted, I guess.
Huh.
I had to remove High Time.
Dragon King wanted to know if you was a musician.
1990 Madison Square Garden. The show I was at, High Time, is the one I had to remove. That's the one that always gets a copyright strike.
Weird.
That creates a block. It's a good song. What's that? No,
It's a strange world. I'm with 2-4 on that. I mean, if you're advertising, if I talk about a person that develops a hamburger at Big Bill's Hamburger Shack, that's advertising for Big Bill's Hamburger Shack, but nobody will write you up for that, But if you put on a tune that's sung by somebody else, then they write you up for promoting that band.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
No.
It's ridiculous, I think.
I can see if you were making millions of dollars because you were playing that music and you were getting, but you're not making no money off of it. So where's the copyright? Where's the like?
It's not. It's like a warning. It's not a strike. It's not even a strike. It's like a warning.
Little tap on the shoulder saying, "Hey,
yeah." They say it's not going to affect you, and you're not. It's not going to be blocked or anything, but just letting you know that we know that you played it. I'm like, congratulations. It's a great song, by the way. You should try listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I would rather hang out with my friends, listen to some good music, shoot the shit, have a comfortable setting, than make a couple bucks.
Be the same as if we were all sitting around the same room shooting the shit and talking. The music would be going, and it's no damn different.
Exactly. And just because they can't make money on it, why do I have to be punished?
The other day we was talking about you being a hippie, the last remaining hippie.
Different kind of hippie.
Different kind of hippie, that's for sure.
Yeah, different kind of hippie. Well, let's refer to you as a unique hippie, right?
Yeah.
Unique. How do you capture a unique hippie?
How?
Unique up on it.
Yeah.
That's best I can do for Sunday.
It's something else, Mr. Mack.
All the dad jokes.
Oh man, that's great.
You're gonna miss my jokes when I'm gone.
Yeah, no doubt.
You ain't going nowhere, bud. You ain't going anywhere.
Oh no, I just got back.
I'm glad to see you're back. I'm glad to see you're back home. You gonna start your morning lives again?
Yes.
Perfect.
You know what I noticed? I have a Zippo. I had a friend give me a Zippo, and I bought the fluid and everything, and I filled it up when I first got it, and it must have all evaporated. Does that happen? Is that a thing?
Yep. Yeah,
It'll
if you leave
all
them sit long
evaporate.
enough, and you leave them sit and you ain't using them, it seems the fluid does evaporate or something.
I noticed that.
I got an old Zippo lighter, a brass one, with the Harley Davidson crest on it with an eagle. And my wife bought that for me. I think I was 22 or so. And I've still got that damn lighter, and I still got the tin can that it came in. But the tin can has been very well used, and you all know what I used it for.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
But, yeah, I've still got the Zippo in that can. I don't use it much anymore. I got it in a box in the bedroom, just sort of sits there. It's a collector piece for me now, I guess.
Mac, are you monetized?
No, I was for years. But here's what happened. They changed the rules. I was gone for a little while. I was gone off for a while, but when they changed the rules, I no longer was eligible for being monetized. You had to have 4 million of this and 9 million of that and 1,200 of that. I didn't have that, so they removed me from the monetized thing, which I never got no money. Even though it was monetized, I never saw any money. They would say $58, $24, whatever, but I never saw any of it. So I can say I never took a penny. I can't be bought.
I would never accept a monetization, even if it was. It's not going to be possible with my channel now, just to come on here for fun. But I couldn't monetize anyway because I'm on a pension, and you can't have any income with the way my pension is.
I'm with you two for I cannot afford any income.
Yeah.
If I had income coming in, I'd have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
Dragon Queen. I used to play the drums. I used to play the drums pretty good.
You're just like an animal off the Muppets behind a drum kit. I could just picture you now.
Pretty much.
See you around. Take my neighborhood handbag. Fluff. What she's. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Everybody's got things they got to do for humanity, and that's really great when you can do something for your fellow human.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love you, Dragon Queen. You come back, and you're always going to have a spot on my page.
Bacon, eggs, butter, and coffee. And
This is kind of
great. I'm a little sick today, but
sorry, my bad.
Close fit better.
What's that we hear? I dropped in the chat earlier, Mac, but I don't think you've seen it. But I said that I was so glad that I took that trike back the other day and didn't wait another week because you came home.
Well, I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I cut the chain, I welded it back together and grinded it off. I don't think you'll even be able to tell where I cut it, but you're all right.
Well, I told you about my buddy Joe. He came over to check my place out, and he checked over my security. I've got security alarms. I've got cameras. There. Anyhow, he comes over. He makes an observation. He checks all the cameras out like a normal criminal would do, right? So he told me, he said, the way you got this thing laid out, I could just take a bolt cutter and cut that one bolt right there. And then all your cables and everything had come loose. And then I could take the wheel off over here. And I told him, I said, well, if my bike comes up missing, I know who got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have at least have a buddy that can come and check you. He lives only 4 miles from here, so.
Gee, I should have went and got it. You'd never looked at Nova Scotia for that bike.
I never even thought about Nova Scotia.
Well, you're home, Mac?
Yes, look at my flag.
Oh,
Man,
yeah, you are home.
I left.
You drove?
I was in Flagstaff, Arizona. Friday morning. We left Flagstaff at 4:30 in the morning, and I was in Alabama yesterday morning at 4:30.
You got to start doing your regular lives again, Mr. Mac, after you get settled.
Yeah, we're going to get started. That's what we're doing, our Sunday morning live, but I couldn't get on this morning because we was at the hospital really late last night, and I didn't even hook nothing up until today.
What happened at the hospital? Who happened?
Oh, my dog had to have surgery.
Oh, what'd she do?
Oh, Theo, Theo has an issue of ingrown toenails. And when we was in Washington, my sister's got a doggy door. And he had tore one of his toenails and it started to bleed. Well, we took him somewhere. When he went to get down out of the truck, he drove 3 of his toenails back up in the paw of his foot.
Oh.
So we pulled out and cut the ends of them, but however, they'd curled up into the foot there and we couldn't get it out. It's like a fish hook. It curled up into the pad of his foot. That pad is just tough leather like. So we couldn't get him into no vet there in that area that we could get him in unless we went to like an emergency hospital. And if you go to an emergency vet hospital in Seattle, you're talking about like $2,000 a day just for them to look at him. And I knew my vet here in Alabama would take care of him. So I drove all night I drove from Flagstaff from Flagstaff, Arizona to Alabama in just 24 hours. And and my vet could not see him because they were booked up on Saturday. So then we took him 44 miles down to Hoover to the emergency hospital. And they gave him 6 hours of surgery on all 4 feet.
How much was that, Mac?
Oh God. Well, how you can't put a value on how much would you pay?
Listen, I would. Listen. I don't know. I don't care. I would sell something. I would. Yeah, I know. But I'm just curious of what was it? 3,000, 4,000, 2,000.
It was a lot, but it was nothing compared to he's over there. And guess what? This morning, when I looked over there this morning, his little tail was doing this.
Yeah.
He was looking me in my eye, and his tail was like this. Oh, I almost cried when I saw it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
But he's happy.
That's good. But they're thieves, Mac. You know, they're thieves. They really are thieves.
Yeah. Because, hey, look, the heart is right here.
Yeah, I know.
How much would you pay to bury your mother?
Yeah, I know.
You know, you're going to spend whatever it takes. That's a loved one. Okay.
Yeah.
Your little animal means a lot to you. They know a funeral. When you go to the funeral parlor, here's what they did with my daddy. They go, now, you know, your daddy worked hard all his life, and we need to put him in something comfortable. He said, this coffin here has got a 6-inch foam, and it's got the tuck and roll satin around the edges, and the pillow is made out of Afghanistan fur, and we can get you into this for $12,500, you know, and he needs to rest. And then when we got over where the vault was, he said, now this vault is guaranteed for 99 years. I thought, well, hell, he's dead. I won't be here in 99 years. Who's going to collect?
Who's going to collect? Yeah.
Oh, my God. I tell you who the criminals in America is. And I can tell you this really clear. And any truck driver out there will tell you, too. We were in California. We stopped right before you get to Needles, California. And we had breakfast there, and the gas station was a Shell station, $6.41 per gallon, $6.41 per gallon. We left Needles, we crossed the river, and at the Shell station in Arizona was $1.99, $1.99, just 3 miles away. $1.99. You tell me who's the criminal in this country.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane.
I know. Gas, it was something else. Boy, it's so beautiful. Once I got to Arizona, it went from $1.99. By the time I got to the other side of Arizona, it got up like $2.49, and it stayed pretty consistent all the way across. I don't think we paid more than $2.49 a gallon anywhere after we got to Arizona. But from Washington, $4.49, $4.79, California, $6.41. You know, I mean, just
I paid when I got Super the other day in the bike. It started at $2.95, and was it $2.95 or $3.95? Whatever. And I put my phone number in, and it came down 3 cents. So it was like $2.91 or $2.90 or $3.91 or whatever it was. It probably was $3.91 or $2.91. I can't see it being under $3. I can't. I don't know why. But it had to be over. It had to be $3.90 something for Super. I'm sure.
But I'm going to tell you, don't let anybody start singing you a sad song about how sorry America is or how what a horrible place it is to live. It's crap. America is beautiful. The country
Yeah.
is a beautiful place to travel. When you hear people whining about the cost of living, when you see a man going down the road with a triaxle fifth wheel, 35, 40 foot long behind a big Dodge Dually or whatever, and you see hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these, and this is in December, and people are just traveling and traveling, and cars going everywhere. If times are so damn hard, how does people afford to be able to haul a 35 to 40 foot fifth wheel around from one campground to another? Don't let them
Yeah.
sing a sad song. America's beautiful. We're a very wealthy country. It's just pitiful people that wants to capitalize on that through a political statement talking about how sorry life is in America. But I'm going to tell you, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful life. And you can make it as beautiful as you want to make it. You can also make it pitiful and sad by singing a sad song.
Yeah.
But the traffic never ended. When we was in Oklahoma City last night, Friday night we was in Oklahoma City. The traffic was 30 miles long and it's 6 lanes wide. That's just in Oklahoma City.
Is that at night or during the day?
That was in the rush hour in the evening, at 5:30 in the evening.
Oh, wow.
I mean, traffic everywhere. And way we saw it a long time ago when you couldn't afford stuff, you begin to cut back on things. And one thing you did, you cut back on your traveling.
Yeah.
And you cut back on buying those exotic items like cameras I'm looking at right here, and a camera over there, and that camera over there. You start cutting back on those things. You start singing a sad song when you're eating gravy and biscuits. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. I love gravy and biscuits.
Yeah. I like gravy and biscuits too.
Dave hates gravy and biscuits.
Really?
Dave said it's repulsive to even think about eating it. Because I don't know if he's ever eaten any before. Not Southern gravy. He may have eaten the stuff they call, like the British, they call the biscuits are not like biscuits we have. They call them something else. But he told me the other day, he just said it sounded, didn't even sound appetizing. I thought, oh my God. We got to get him to America and get him some gravy and biscuits.
Yeah, we gotta get him some like Cracker Barrel or something.
Hey, did 2-4 have to drop out? I was doing things. Did he have to drop out or something?
His connection was bad, he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, that coffee cup didn't last long.
No, neither did mine. I gotta make another one soon. Well, Mac, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna make some food maybe. I gotta finish doing some stuff and I'll talk to you soon.
Man, I appreciate you stopping by and visiting, and my home is your home. So
I'm glad you're home safely.
yeah, we're happy to be home. Woo.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
I'm not rushing to get off or nothing like that. We're just going to let it run for a while. But I just love this morning. You was over there and you had to get up and leave, and Leah was over there on the couch, and I turned the camera that way, and in fact, you came back in and you were sitting and I had the audio muted so it wouldn't do the feedback thing,
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool watching your live from my live.
That's funny.
I was in my window looking through into your window.
Yeah. That's great, man. I'll see you soon, Mac. It was good talking with you.
Hey, love you, man. Glad to be home.
Man, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Oh, me. Where did my beard go? I don't have no beard to hold on to. I need to hold on to my beard. That's my security blanket. Oh, yes, my dear. Yes. We can get you into that little convertible really cheap. Yes, my dear. I look like a car salesman. Well, it's like we're going to have 2 Christmases this year. We went up and had Christmas with my sister, and we had Thanksgiving with my family. And so it looks like we're going to have a Christmas at home. And we're going to have a good time. Angelica's well. I'm well. Theo is getting better. Little Colton, he's over there asleep. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. That's really good. Well, if I had a musical instrument, I would play, while I was gone. I can't do it. I thought I'd be able to untangle this thing right here. Oh, here we go. I learned how to play the trumpet. He's a clown, Charlie Brown. Well, my little sister is not in here today, so we've been on here for an hour and 11 minutes. We got 3 people watching. So maybe might be a good time to go get some coffee, maybe. I don't know. There you go. It's better. We're not going anywhere today. She wanted to go shopping. She came in there this morning and she's got her little list of things. We got to restock the house. And she said, if you don't want to go shopping, I would be more than happy to wait till tomorrow. I go, let's do that. Well, let me see. If I got any stories I can tell you about our adventure. Met some really interesting people. Got to see some beautiful sights. Snow, lots of snow. We got up there, if Sterling Will's still listening, we got up there at Grants Pass, Oregon. So was it Grants Pass or was it Medford? We was way up in the mountains there, and the sign said, chain area ahead, and there's a lot of snow on the ground, and they said, change required if light is flashing. Well, the light wasn't flashing. And so we cruised up through there, and we just kept our momentum, and we went across what's called the Cabbage Patch. And that's like 7 miles of 6% grade, downgrade. And there was only one time we slipped in the truck. I was going into a left-hand turn, and I was in the inside lane next to the Jersey wall, the concrete wall there. And as I was coming around, she began to slide towards the outside lane, but there was nobody in the right lane because I had just finished passing. And it slid a little bit, I had a little bit of I didn't touch the brakes. I lived in the Northwest for 40 years. I just figured I could handle that a little bit, and it just slid right over in that lane. That was the only incident we had. That was slippery. Mount Shasta was so beautiful. We posted a video of Mount Shasta. While we was out, we saw Mount Shasta, we saw Mount St. Helens, we saw Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier was beautiful, and we saw Mount St. Helens as we crossed the Columbia River. Looking back to the left, you can see Mount St. Helens. Half of the mountain is gone, but you can see it beautiful. It was in the sunrise, and the sun was golden color. It was rising on the snow. And then if you let your eyes scan across the Columbia River, there is Mount Hood sitting right there. When you look down the river, you see Mount Hood over there. Oh, it is so beautiful. And it was just all golden in color as far as the early morning sunlight. And then it began to sock in after we got down to Eugene, Oregon, and began to sock in pretty. Oh, before we got to the Columbia River, now it was so foggy from Seattle, Washington, down to Kelso. Kelso or Vancouver is right across the river. About Vancouver, Vancouver, Washington, it began to lighten up, and it was clear across the Columbia River, and you could see the sun on the peaks of the mountains, and it was beautiful. Looking up the Columbia River, it was really beautiful. Yeah, it was, we're losing people. I better tell an interesting story. What kind of story do I have to tell today? My life is so dull, I don't have any good stories to tell. I gotta admit, it is not as easy at the age of 84 to travel across America to drive. I don't have the stamina I had when I was a truck driver. I've crossed America 40 or more times, 40 trips. I did a lot in commercial trucking across there. But you got to keep in mind, I lived in Washington for 40 years, and I took my vacation every year. And I always went to Florida, from Washington to Florida. I'd drive down to Orlando, take the family. We went to Disney World, Epcot Center, all those things that you can see down there every year. Yeah, traveling ain't as much fun as it used to be. As far as the long miles that you ride, you begin to think, oh my God, how much longer is it? And your bladder don't hold as much as it used to when you was young. You could go 6 hours without even going to the bathroom. I did do one 6 hour stretch without going to the bathroom, but it wasn't easy. Because normally when you're driving, you got some kind of drink. You're drinking down, either a cold bottle of water or cola, some kind of cola or something. We've only got one hardcore viewer in here. Let me post this thing over here. Maybe, 2-4 he's here, but he lost the connection. Well, come on back in, buddy. If you want me to post this thing over here. I believe you said your connection was bad. Yeah, I'll put the link back in case. That's for anybody who wants to come back in. Come on back. My knife needs to be sharpened really bad. had it there to cut it. I had to break one of his little peels. I had to use my pocket knife to break that little peel. And it's really dull. My knife is so dull. I do have a sharpening stone here somewhere. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring up an edge on this thing. Ooh, yeah. You can hear how dull my knife is. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Look at that. Metal is cutting. Well, I've opened cans with my knife and I do all the wrong stuff. There we go. That's putting the edge on it now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can cut stuff with it now. This is normally I need a little bit of oil on my stone here, but I don't have access to the oil yet. It's over in the closet. That's getting sharp. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Person should not neglect a good knife. If you got a good knife, after you open a few cans, you should sharpen the blade, I guess. Well, 2.4 I can identify with the loss of connection and stuff. So far, ours is holding up good here, but our power was off, and we don't know how long it was off before we got back. But everything is so cold in the house. Trying to see if there's anything I could get into trouble with. We went through the town of Weed Wednesday. Yeah, we went through the town of Weed Wednesday evening, Wednesday afternoon. Weed, California. And lots of snow up there. That's one of my favorite little places. I was going to stop, but I couldn't get off there where we was at. I wanted to stop and pick up these T-shirts, like they had all kinds of weed T-shirts, of course, advertising for the town of Weed, but it was implied they're talking about marijuana, because they had the marijuana leaf up there on the front of the T-shirt. I wanted to get sick one of them T-shirts from Weed, California. But it didn't happen to where I could get off that exit because of road conditions. I was afraid if I got down into the town, I couldn't get back up out of the town. So we still have a lot of things in the truck we got to get unloaded. But we're just sort of taking our time today. But I don't want to wait too long till it starts raining. Well, I'll just let it run. Anybody wants to come in and talk, we're going to be here. I could go look up who else might be live on TV over there and put them on the air. Oh, looked like you're drinking a rum and coke.
No, not rum and coke. Beer.
Not rum and coke. Well, it's brown looking in color, so.
Sorry, I'm gonna do a quick shout out to like Shannon. Like I'm still like teary eyed right now from Shannon Trucking. She is a gem. The positivity that she has, and I don't know how she has that energy to push that like positivity. I try and push that positivity towards people, and people just don't listen.
Sometimes life can be hard, and it's hard to be positive, you know. But
Well,
I,
my
I,
life is hard. And
I
so
admire
try and
people
be
that.
positive. And then there's so many negative people in this world. Like, sorry, I want to sit here and fucking cry. Just
Oh, I
Shannon
understand.
just fucking broke my heart today.
Oh, I understand, man. That's one of the greatest release and emotions you can have is to cry.
Yeah, shit happens, right?
It's a human quality that we should actually embrace, but people don't seem to embrace the very thing that gives you relief. I
Like,
can
I
feel
understand, like, people will go and, like, hide when they want to fucking cry and shit. I totally understand where you're coming from, Mac. Like, I used to find myself, like, going and hiding, and keep those emotions to yourself. Don't be a fucking crybaby. And that's how I was raised. And you're probably raised the same way. Don't become a crybaby.
When they told me in 1956 that my brother Gene had been killed in the army, I started crying like a baby. I was 15 years old. And my relatives said, "You shut that goddamn crying crap up. Stop it now." And I stopped crying. 40 years later, I was writing a lifetime story, and I got to the chapter where I was talking about my brother. And all that emotions from 40 years ago came out because we was not allowed to cry.
But it's not healthy, though, either, to hold that stuff in. Like,
The anger you build up.
oh, yeah. You want to see my hands? The anger you build up. I always wondered why I was always a scrapper. I was always ready to fucking scrap, and I was always the smallest guy. And everyone said it was a Napoleon complex. No, it wasn't a Napoleon complex. You didn't live my life.
Right, there you go. Oh, I believe I think the old saying, and I don't know exactly how it went, but you got to walk a mile in my shoes before you can
Yeah,
judge me.
for sure. It's amazing that what can happen here as a community too. I can't believe she broke me down like that. She just said the right words, that just fucking turned me into a little fucking kid again.
It's it's an emotion one tries to suppress, and I really pity the people that suppresses other people's emotions.
Yeah, they fake their emotions. And I know those people. I've run, like, I'm going to say about 75 to 80% of these people are fake emotional people.
Yeah.
Like, they lie about how their life is. But, like, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Or you just know they're lying.
Yeah. Well, if you can maintain a positive attitude about most things, if you're truly positive to yourself, you're going to have feelings of emotions. And when you suppress them yourself, that has been something that has been driven into you to suppress your emotions. It's not a human quality. Human quality is to let the emotions come out.
Yes.
But
Okay.
we've been taught in society to suppress the emotions, and men have a hard time expressing love too. They'll tell a girl, "Oh, I love you,
Relationships,
baby."
everything like that. Yes, I totally understand. It comes down to relationships. It affects your life. It affects your job. It affects your relationships.
Yeah. Well, we got Christmas coming up. This is a time to be joyful, I guess. Yesterday I spent 6 hours at the hospital there with the baby, my dog. There were so many sad people, and I
Yeah,
watched two
I
people.
was watching that for a bit.
I
That's
watched
pretty
two
fucked
people
up.
take their animals out of the box. I was like, "Oh my God, how devastating!"
I do make animal coffins, and uh, I kind of stopped making them for a little period of time because I felt that I was like, I was me myself. I thought I was doing something to help people instead of bringing the animals out in a cardboard box. What if I like sold coffins to the animal clinics? And then I realized like that's kind of selfish. It's kind of selfish, but still, like bringing your animals out in a cardboard box, and that cardboard box costs you money, which is
Ooh.
sick. They charge you for the cardboard box.
Let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. I had all my stuff was all paid up. I'd already paid it, and they was waiting to bring my baby out to put him in the car. And there was a gentleman came in, and he was there to pick up his baby, and the bill was very high, and he was $97 short to be able to pay to get, and they would not allow him to take his baby home. And he was a big man, a bearded guy, and he was looked like a iron worker or a construction guy. He was a really stout looking guy, but he was at a point of being irate at those people because they was going to hold his baby for $97. So they called somebody and they went in and had a consultation. And while he was back there, I told that lady behind the desk, I said, I can resolve this for him. And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, I was standing here and you said he was $97 short. I will pay the $97. She said, oh, we couldn't take your money. I said, hell yes, you could take my money. And then when they came out, yeah,
Yeah, it's funny that people don't get that either, though. You're willing to help somebody, like, oh, you're gonna help that person? Yeah,
So,
bam.
so when they came out, the gentleman was teary-eyed, and they resolved it, and they allowed him to take his animal home. He had the money. He just didn't have the money on him. And he was not one of these credit card people. He had the cash in his hand, but he was $97 short.
Short, yeah.
And I was happy to see that.
I don't know. It's not like a reward. Like you're looking for gratification either. You've been in that situation and you help somebody. Like it's as easy as that. Like I don't. This world has gone upside down and backwards, man. Like we don't pick up hitchhikers anymore, and I still will pick up hitchhikers. You pick up hitchhikers? They say to me, like, yeah, and those people need a ride. You know, like, what can I do? Like, the best thing that happened to those people's lives is me giving them a ride. Like, same scenario, stuff like that.
I really love the idea of paying it forward. Reason, if $97 would have brought this man and animal back together, that would have been insignificant compared to the amount of frustration and anger he was displaying. He was displaying his anger out in public.
It's
And I don't know if you're short-tempered or not. I'm very short-tempered, and I get so goddamn angry. I get so angry. And I'm thinking, oh, these people holding this baby because of the $97. And but it worked out good. But I was there for him if he needed it.
Yeah, I know. But there's people like me and you that will do something like that. And we can't always record it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work that way. Like if I could record what me and you do in a day, yeah, we'd be YouTube fucking famous.
We came out of this restaurant last year, and there was a gentleman, a young man, looked like you, very much like you. He had longer hair, he had a beard. He was sitting there on the sidewalk, and he said, "I have 4 children, and I need food." So I said, "Angelique, go over there and give the guy some money." So when she got over there, she said, "All you got is $20 bills." I said, "Give him a $20 bill." So when she got in the car, I said, that money will come back 10 times.
Yes, it will. It does. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, and it really, I showed her when it came back. I said, "See there?" I said, "What you did good for that guy over there at that restaurant. Look at what it's doing for us today."
Yeah.
And
always have your hands wide open. Always.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're religious. Like, I'm not a very religious person, but I always believe in karma. You know, help somebody in need, and then don't look for it the next day, but it will happen. The time you're like sitting there struggling, it's like, I need $10 for gas. I just need $10 for gas. Boom, there's $10 for gas. How did that happen? Karma.
How about having a burden in your heart? You have a heavy heart because of burdens you're carrying. And then for whatever circumstances, that burden goes away. What a relief it is to not to carry that burden, whatever you was carrying. I don't know what the burden load might have been at that time. But as it went away, I showed Angelique, I said, "See there? It really paying it forward is a real true thing. And it's always been that way all my life. We was in downtown Seattle in 1967. Yeah, 1967, downtown Seattle. And these people were very aggressive panhandlers come up, being very aggressive and everything. But so I gave them all money as we went down through there. Those that wanted money, we gave them money. And my sister told me, she said, they'll have spent it on wine. I said, if one glass of wine made you feel good, wouldn't that be good? Even though he's a wino or whatever, that one drink of wine might have been just the thing that changed his life.
Yes. I totally understand where you're coming from.
I've never had an addiction where I would be actually begging for money to feed the addiction, but I can imagine what it would be like.
What you did, okay, here, let me explain this. What you did is you helped somebody from preventing them from doing something even more stupid, like preventing a bigger crime. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now a person didn't get robbed. Somebody's house wasn't broken into. You could have prevented something by just giving that person a bottle of wine that day. You don't know how these people are too, but you have to make a conscious decision at the end of the day to, am I going to help this person or am I going to help that person? Here's the scales of justice, and it's always uneven. It's always uneven. Sometimes you help the bad, sometimes you help the good.
But in my mind, I see things when he asked when they ask for money, ask for something for food or whatever. What if he really was hungry and he happened to be down there with all of the other winos and he was not the wino? I think whatever your heart tells you to do, that's the time you should react to it. If you suppress that, and the reason you suppress that is because society wants you to suppress that. Don't feed the beast. Don't give money to the panhandlers. You're feeding the beast.
No, yeah, they're trying to condition us to not help people anymore.
Buck Brown,
free will, help yourself.
Yeah, Buck Brown is in here, and
I guess I just got cut off. Oh, no, I didn't. What's up, Buck?
Oh, my signal's going away. Oh, now my signal's back. Our power's going off.
No, it's all good.
Oh, no.
I'm just glad it's your side and not my side.
It's me this time. Let me see. Yeah, it's me. Now my signal's back. See, when the lights start blinking, I know the power's going off. See, the way it works here, if my lights blink one time, the router over there turns off immediately, and then has to reset itself. Yeah, I'm back, Buck. Buck, the outcome you will see in yourself. You'll never know how you aided someone and how the future is going to be for them.
Yeah, you never see that person ever again.
You see yourself every day in the mirror.
What did you do?
Yeah. Did you do the right thing? And it don't matter what society tells me I should do or don't do.
No, it's what people are like, you're gonna help that person? They're like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's as easy as that.
Oh man, well, I see my power's back up to full. It looks like I'm back up to full steam. Sidekick.
That's fucking Oliver for sure. OC.
Yeah. Did you see this morning when Sick was in there? We was describing the different kinds of hippies, and so this morning I told him he was a unique hippie, and And so I asked him, I said, "How do you know how you capture a unique hippie?" And he said, "No." I said, you unique up on it."
Use a seal bat and smash him over the head with it.
Yeah.
A seal
I got
bat.
one of those little wooden mallets around here. There's an old gentleman made me a wooden mallet. It's supposed to be symbolic of the mallet they used to drive the nails through the hands of Christ when they crucified him. And he was a very religious guy. He's gone now, but he made me a little mallet. I love the fact that he gave me the authority to be able to drive nails.
That's what it comes down to, is you have the opportunity to have that respect. You know,
Buck, I'm telling you, you ought to be some kind of you should be writing this kind of stuff down, man. These are like parables. Other problems are not the problem. It's our reaction to the problem that we need to be aware of. Man, you said a mouthful right there. That's a good. Oh, you're a square. You know, you're a squared away human being. When you told me the story about how you was the oldest soldier in Afghanistan, my heart went out for you, man. You was grandpa, combatant grandpa. Well, I'm hoping, Buck, things have been good for you. I saw you somewhere up a couple of times. I spotted you. We turned I can't drive and look at the screen, but she had the screen up over there, and she was telling me what everybody was saying. And I've been I think, didn't Sterling Will kind of get off the road for a while? He's not out back on the road.
No, he's not trucking anymore.
Oh, that's what I thought.
He's working for a Mennonite company who builds those sheds that you see on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
You know those sheds? They're really fancy sheds.
Yeah.
Okay. We have them here in Manitoba too. I swear they're hauling drugs in those sheds. That's the only thing I could see, that they could just have all these sheds just sitting there. We call it the Mennonite Mafia.
Yeah. Well, Buck, I'm with you on the age thing, because I'm 84 years of age, but how many 84-year-old men drove for 24 straight hours? I drove from Flagstaff, Arizona to Alabama in 24 hours, nonstop, except to get gas. We didn't even eat. We had been so sick. We bought a burrito over in Gallup, New Mexico. We stopped at the Love fuel stop in Gallup, bought a burrito, and it was full of sausage and tater tots and all that kind of stuff. And we ate part of it. That's all we eat in 24 hours. That's all. We didn't.
Don't you have like Jimmy Dean sandwiches down there? If they're like already pre-warmed, you just grab a Jimmy Dean and just eat it.
They are good. I love a Jimmy Dean sausage biscuit. We eat Jimmy Dean sausage here. I got to admit, the sausage in that tasted really good. It was spicy because it was over there in Gallup, New Mexico, and you can go to McDonald's burger and you get a Western burger there that's got jalapeno sauce. You can get the little bag of jalapeno. It's pickled jalapenos, and you put that on your burger. Oh, hell, that is so good.
Mac, I gotta work in the morning. You do realize that. I gotta work in the morning. And I'm not close to a bathroom or anywhere I'd want to use a bathroom. Like, my closest bathroom is like 10 minutes away. That I'm willing to use.
Buck, I was you said those love burritos are gut bombs. That thing is that big around, and it's that long, and it's got like 9 sausage patties. It's got tater tots, scrambled eggs. You know, you name it. It's got all that stuff in there. And what we did is we took the sausage out and we fed. So pitched it off and let the little puppies eat some of the sausage, and they love that, you know. But you got to be careful when you're traveling with 2 dogs in the car. If you feed them too much meaty stuff, you know, they'll be leaving a brown streak all over the country. So, where are you at today, Buck?
It really sucks. I can't read the comments now.
Oh,
I
Buck, he said
prefer to be in the comments, to tell you the truth there, Mac.
it's better to be in the. Okay. Okay. Whereabouts are you at today, Buck? Oh, you might be on your way back down to Florida.
Yes, I think he is on his way back to Florida right now.
Until T. Oh, okay, good. You're back home. Ain't nothing like being back home. Buck,
He's where the heart is.
when we got home, we got home Saturday morning at 4:00, 4:30. It was so damn cold in this house. Power had been off. Everything. It was just frozen in here. There was no heat in the house, and God, it was cold. But after a while, we got everybody bedded down. The little dog got in bed with me and curled up under my arm. He slept good there.
I don't know why you're complaining about cold. You want to see what it's like outside right now?
Sure. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's ice on top of all that snow right now. So it
Yeah.
rained first, snowed, and then now we have. So if I was to go clean off the car right now, there's a layer of snow, and then there's a layer of ice, and then there's a layer of snow, and then there's a layer of ice.
God.
Awesome.
Well,
Welcome to Kanakistan.
yeah. Well, I think I see Buck, to get your property cleared up today. Well, that's going to feel good to begin to see your place again, and then you're going to see all the places that has damage. You're probably well aware of how much damage you got already. So,
What is it? The Phoenix. From
no, he's not.
birth to rebirth.
Yeah, once he gets all the trees and everything, had one tree coming down through the bathroom or one big part of the tree, and
I know.
his place is really torn. While he was down there in the Forgotten Angels, working with those people, helping them to get his place is destroyed back at home. I mean, he was well aware of that, but he knew the job had to be done in Florida, and they went down and him sick and they went down and did the thing.
Fuck.
And,
100%.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you could have done. What are you gonna do? You're like stuck in that spot anyways. Just go do your thing. And I'm proud of you for doing that, man. I really am. For you, just kind of accept what you had that happened to you and go and do that charity work with Forgotten Angels. My hat is off to you. And not a lot of people would do something like that, and we need more people like you out there, bud. 100%.
Absolutely.
Blew my mind. That made me think a little bit harder for me as a person as well, there, Buck. And we can change as a person. We can change as a people. And we can change as a family too. We just all have to realize and put ourselves in those positions we're not from the same mold. We were never from the same mold. God broke the molds with us. Okay? I'm just going to say that. And for everyone to be like, I'm this type of person, I try and stay away from those people. Because we're individuals.
There you go, Buck. I love that. you see people, these missionary people, they leave America and they go and help all of the countries that need help, and they go out. But if they would just stop and look how much could be done here in America by our own people as well, send some missionary people into these places to help our own people.
I'm on the same path, Mac. I'm on the same path, man.
Yeah,
Help our own people here. I know you're American, I'm Canadian, and I'm not trying to say let's block the borders or anything like that, but we need to start looking after our own people before we start donating money to, like UNICEF. Oh, that's the biggest fucking arms dealer in the fucking world right now. Fucking UNICEF. Anytime you donate to UNICEF, yeah, you're just helping terrorists and arms dealers.
Yeah. Let me see what grandparents taught me to clean up around my back door first before I go trying to sweep up around other people. Yeah, it's so easy to cast a stone, and you're sitting there. Yeah, that's a good attitude. You was raised right, Buck. I mean, I'd like to see more of the, let's just say Western society, Western, American Canadians. They have the same issues. We're not a separated people. In other words, what happens to Canada also happens to America, and when we take care of one another, it just makes us a stronger nation. I'm not saying not to help other countries, other people, but let's take care of some people like the Forgotten Angels and people. Can you imagine being a part of it?
If it didn't go to fucking Ukraine. Oh, boom.
Yeah, being a part of a group to help children that have been in foster care and stuff, and for them not to ever have any opportunity to see America for what it is or see the Western society. Yeah, having a place like Forgotten Angels is, to me, it's the same as going doing missionary work. Like Buck was.
No, Forgotten Angels is that's not missionary work. That is something else. You have no idea what Forgotten Angels is about. I've dealt with foster care and stuff like that. Not me personally. Well, me personally, yes. But I got shipped off to a farm every fucking weekend. Sorry, my swearing, blah, blah, blah. Every weekend. And I dealt with foster kids. And some of these kids, they're messed up. Their kids, their parents are drug addicts or abusive. I've dealt with it all, and I've watched kids grow up through this, and I'm tired of fucking listening. These kids get dropped off at a place. Here you go. Here's a safe place to live for now. And then after that, you're what? You're nothing. You become like what? Homeless? They don't teach you like social skills. They don't teach you anything. The place I used to go to, we taught them social skills. And I don't want to say I'm going to say I was a part of foster care. I dealt with these kids growing up as a child, and you have to take care and kindness in part two. A lot of these kids, they don't want help as well. And you know what? If they don't want help, then just fly like a butterfly. Let's see how the ripples cross the pond, and just let them fucking go. But there's kids you can help and take advantage, like grasp that. And even me as a kid, I realized like, okay, this kid, like I can talk to this kid and I can help this person. Like I'm not a foster kid, but why are you here every weekend? Because I get shipped off here every fucking weekend.
Right.
Story of my life.
Buck, I was going to tell you, one of the things I really detest in a lot of ways, and I see the necessity of it, is roundabouts. And I I have
Roundabouts.
if everybody knows how to use a roundabout and use the word where it says yield and just slide on through, but that damn crazy people that want to stop when they get up in there, stop, look both ways. What the hell are you doing? Just it says yield. It doesn't say stop. All right, so I have a little bit of an issue with that. I'm an old truck driver, and I believe in just reading what you see and following. Okay, so we made an exit off the freeway, and it said for us to get to our destination, we got to go to take 39A. And so we're on this little, I think it was I-17 heading up to the Grand Canyon. It said 39A. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking 39A, is it going to exit off to the right? Or is it going to exit off? I can't read the screen or nothing. So I'm just only listening what the voice on the phone says. Take exit 39A. When we got up there, there's a sign that says 39A and B. Of course, A is a left-hand turn, not a right-hand turn. I'm in my mind thinking
You got to exit that way.
Yeah, you're going to take a clover leaf and go back in under the freeway or something.
Clover.
Well, hell no, it's over there, and I can't make 39A because there's an 18-wheeler sitting right there
You're
to the
already
left.
prepped to make that turn, right? And then you got to like cross over 4 lanes to the other side. Be like,
Yeah.
sorry, bitch, I got to cut you off.
As soon as I exited on 39B, what did I see? The first within a quarter of a mile was a roundabout. So I went through the roundabout, said, take the, so it told me how to get through the roundabout. So I made it through that first roundabout. I didn't even go a half mile. I come to a second roundabout, and then I had to take, and it finally got me over on 39A. I've already did 2 roundabouts, 2 flyovers, 6 clover leaves, and I can see the motel from where I'm on the road. I can see it.
You've seen it 4 times. You've seen that hotel 4 times by the time you got through that shit.
I looked to the right and I can see the motel. Then all of a sudden I looked to the left and I can see the same motel. Then I looked up above my head and there was a motel sign above me, but I can't get there. And a partridge in a pear tree.
I take my hat off to you, sir. You had the
Well,
patience to do that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of profanity coming out of your mouth when that happened. But I take my hat.
I told Angelique, I said, when I was having my little bit of a meltdown there on the clover leaves and the roundabouts, I said to her, thank God I don't have a 53-foot van behind me. I'm pulling a reefer.
Or a trailer.
I'm in a damn pickup truck. I can handle anything. But if I had a 53-footer behind me, I'd be doing all this bullshit, circling around, hoping I can find a place I can get turned around.
Quebec City is the worst. They take you right into the core, right to the Citadel. I don't know why. It's like a tourist thing. But if you put in, you want to go to Quebec, they take you right to the Citadel. Citadel, it's a fortress in the 1800s, 1887. They built this fortress so they could defend against the Americans, but the war never happened.
Well, John Candy, he was in that war. You remember when there was a war between America and Canada, and John Candy in that movie?
Some Canadian bacon?
Yeah, it could have been. I tell you, I laughed my head off, us being at war with Canada.
Okay, Mac, Sex with Sue Johansson. Check her out. She's from Yorkton. She's like 2 hours just that away from me. She's dead now, but she died like 2 years ago. But you got to listen to Sex with Sue Johansson. She used to do a CBC. It's a radio broadcast across Canada, and people would call in with their sexual problems, like my husband been putting it in my bum, blah blah blah, and then now I have a vaginal infection, and she'd be like, oh, well, you should always use a condom first if you're gonna do it anally, blah blah blah, and then take the condom off and then do it vaginally. You don't want to spread the poo to the good parts. And she was just so straight. sex with Sue Johansson. Trust me, right there. Okay, screw just passing through. Sex with Sue Johansson. Yorkton, Manitoba, or Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Canuck. She changed like the whole way people thought about sex. She completely changed it. She was on Conan O'Brien. She was on David Letterman. Who Jay Leno when he first started. Oh, I kind of want to start doing like sexual problems on my channel. People call like just text. What are you having like sexual difficulties? Like you can't get it up? Do you need like medication or sorry, your wife is a squirter? How do you deal with a squirter because your bed is constantly wet? You know, stuff like that.
Friends, here on Sunday morning, we gather together. Now, the words that's being said now is not endorsed by old Mac in any way, because at 84 years old, the last thing on his mind is sex. Friends.
I know. You're at your prime right now. Men never lose their sexual fucking prime, man. They never lose their sexual prime. Women do lose their sexual prime around like 32 to like, let's say, I don't want to sound mean, but like 50. And then after 50, maybe they start hitting like menopause and stuff like that. And they really pick up their sexual prime. You want to find those menopausal women. Oh my goodness. Like you've never been laid like that before. And they tell you where they want it and how to get it.
Oh, yeah, I have to agree. I married a woman, 50-year-old woman, and she was probably an animal. She was
Animal.
yeah,
Exactly.
she was an animal.
Yeah.
She was sex starved, but she was a wonderful lady. She's gone now. She couldn't handle old Mac. Me and her together 8 years. That killed her.
You didn't fuck her to death, did you, Mac?
We're gonna have to send you into your corner. Put you in the corner. Look up here. Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Oh, you put me in the corner?
Zip it. Anyhow, it makes people uncomfortable. That is a talk about diving off the deep end. I'm gonna tell you, it does make people uncomfortable. So,
Let's talk about these things. We have like 800 years worth of knowledge here. Like, think about this. Within the community here, we have 800 years of knowledge. Let's talk about these things. Let's talk about problems and stuff. Like, there's a lot of questions that people are like asking themselves, and no one has any questions to or any answers to. Let's be here as a fucking community.
So
sexual relationships, life problems, job problems, anything. Like, we're here. Like, we've been there. We've done that. Like let's be here as a community and let's be open about it. Like, just like sexual problems. Thank you, Sue Johansson. Oh my goodness. My nap time. I'm gonna go make the bed wet again. Oh, and it's not me, it's the wife. Sorry. You guys want to deal with sexual problems, blah blah blah.
No, don't take your camera with you, please. Don't take your camera with you.
Oh no, I won't. Trust me. But I'm out of here. Thanks, Mac. And yeah, let's be more open with each other and talk about problems that we have here in the chat and stuff.
That's right.
Because there's people here that have been through that situation that people don't have answers to. Okay, and I just want. It's Christmas time. Blah 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 blah.
We see you before Christmas. Merry Christmas if not. Well, Buck, do you need a cigarette after that? Let me hear it, Buck. Let me light you a cigarette up, buddy. I don't know if that was good for you or not, but yeah, our difference is what makes us the same. We're human beings. And I have grown as I got older, grown to appreciate such a variety of humans we have to deal with. You know, it is interesting. No two are the same, but then we're all in the same boat. And if a guy in our boat is having a problem, it's up to us to it is up to us to work with that problem. Now, there are going to be some of us in the boat would say, put a chain around his leg and put a cinder block onto the end of the chain and toss him overboard. And truly, that would alleviate whatever problem he's having. But there'd be other problems popping up. And pretty soon it'd be only me and you in the boat, and I'd be keeping my eye on you. I have tried to be a controller. I worked for a large corporation and I had a lot of people. And I found the best control is respect. You know, when you show your fellow worker, you people, even though you're sitting up in engineering and they're down there doing the labor, you go down there and you don't go down there as the engineer. You go down as a human being that's going to resolve an issue that they have on the floor. And you see temperaments and you see people that have desires to achieve a goal, and they can't achieve it because I've engineered something wrong. And I can't admit it. I'm not allowed to admit it, that whatever part of it is wrong in this, I had a part to play in that. So I've got to resolve that. And I got to go down and deal with all these different temperaments. And I tried to control that. I tried to be like, you know, I've tried to be the authoritarian, and that don't work either. Yeah, asking people to do things that you yourself would not do. You learn real quickly that ain't going to work. You got to be willing to get in there. When I'd go down on the floor and there would be an issue if there was a locator or something that was set optically, and we used engineering techniques like CAD 3D or whatever to apply this locator, but the computer did not look at the whole picture. The human beings that has to install that locator at this particular location on a tool that we're building, we'd built in all kinds of blockage so that they couldn't get to that portion. And so we'd go down and we'd re-engineer on the spot. We'd have to look at it and find out what we could do. It was to write a revision to whatever the issue was to get them so they could work around. It's called a workaround, so they could get in there and perform their job. And a lot of engineers, they would go down and blame the worker and get into confrontations with the people that's actually building the product, because they wouldn't use any kind of they wouldn't try to meet any kind of needs at the people on the floor. They was going to insert their requirements over the needs of the people on the floor that's building the product. That don't work either. Oh, have you been, I don't know if you've been out west, Buck, but they got a big thing, every poster when you go down the I-60 and the I-40, it's got this thing. They're trying to implement a speed sensor. They're trying to have it put in a speed sensor so that somebody sitting up there somewhere could take control of your truck and control your speed from a little nerdy looking sucker sitting up in a little office in Cincinnati, Ohio, is trying to control your speed input, outputs, and stuff over there in Needles, California. Speed sensors and stuff. They could, and they got a big truck thing coming up here, or they're trying to get rid of that, trying to make sure that doesn't become a law. So they implement it to where some geek sucker somewhere could cut you down and shut you down and put you down on the side of the road, and all the work that you've done to haul the product, keep it safe. When you're driving a truck, you're working 24 hours a day. Oh, sure, you're laying up in a sleeper and you're logged out on your logbook or you e-log on in your sleeper time. But the thing is, you're still responsible for that load. You feel in your mind that you've got to do everything you can to protect that load. And the cameras don't see any of the stuff. They only find the bad things that you do. No, that's it. You got it. ODDI, IDA is against that proposal. I really, truly, as a driver, I'm not in favor of that. They're not under the wheel. They're not having to carry the load. They're not having to do the things. How about, that end of your day, you've got your 1,000 miles in or 800 miles or whatever whatever allowed time you got with a new e-login. How many potholes did you avoid? How many wrecks did you avoid by your brain, your eyes, your ears, your constant observation of the traffic? How many people did you save lives that day? How many people did you prevent them from dying that day? How many people did you assist that day? How many people have you made it possible for their day to be better by moving over and let them go on by? No, they don't. None of that stuff. The emotional portion of trucking does not come out, and I'm totally against it myself. Even though I'm not trucking, I just know how a trucker would feel. I know how I would feel. I had one time a Freightliner that gave me 11 hours driving with a total of 14. Okay, so I didn't keep up with it. After I retired in 2006 from driving, I believe it was 6. We were still doing the old logbooks, and the e-log allows us 11 hours driving with a total of 14 hours a day. Of course, yeah. I used to maintain a good logbook, and I almost never did get a write-up in my logbook. In other words, when you turn your logbooks in, I never did have to go up to HR. And I had one incident. One time I had a co-driver. Her name was Miss Johnny. Miss Johnny was a lovely lady. She was an Army nurse, retired. Oh, that's what we did. See, we was running team, and we were running 5 on and 5 off. That's what I love too. We did that for a couple of years there, and that was some really good running. But the only logbook incident I had was they called us, paged us, and had us to go up to the front office to HR. And what happened there is Miss Jenny was a great nighttime driver. She worked second and third shift all of her life as an Army vet, taking care of horribly wounded soldiers, taking care of everything that an Army nurse would take care of. Stressful combat nurse. And she loved the nightlife. She liked nighttime. And I'm a ham radio operator, so I always had a ham radio going. And she would make notes of different people that talked and asked about old N4DR, and that was my call letters. She'd tell me all about that the next day. But Miss Johnny, I would do double shifts. Sometimes I would do 10 on. I would do it. We'd log it, fix it. So her logbook and I was always real good. But we got to Picayune, Mississippi, and we ended up in the sleeper at the same time. Because when the HR was going through the books there, I was in the sleeper in Picayune, Mississippi. And so was she in the sleeper at Picayune, Mississippi, but the truck was logging miles. They said, how was both of y'all while driving in the sleeper at the same time? And I told the HR lady, and she didn't understand the humor. I told her, I said, I was in the mood. And she didn't see the humor in that at all. And so Miss Johnny, she corrected her logbook. Where what happened is we stopped in Picayune, Mississippi, and went to the Golden Corral. And we had our dinner meal together. And she went to the sleeper line, and I did too, because it was my time to go to the sleeper line, but not hers. Hers was the driving time, because I did a double shift for her. I wasn't doing it because she was a woman. The thing is that she loved the night riding, and I don't mind driving up to, like, say, midnight, but I'm a human being that likes nighttime sleeping. And so it worked out really good for us. I enjoyed that part of it. But we got the logbook straightened out. And the other day, I just did 24 hours from Albuquerque to here in Alabama. I did that in 24 hours, not from Albuquerque, but from Flagstaff, Arizona, Flagstaff. And it was just like old trucking days. Because when I was doing a double shift, I would do my 10 straight hours of running rather than take the 5 on, 5 hours off. They gave me an old man. He was an old guy. I was 20 years older than him, but he was really old for his age. And he was a heavy, heavy smoker. And the trucking company rules was no smoking in the truck. I can't smell. He said, you mind if I roll the window down? While he was smoking a cigarette, so he can hold his cigarette over by the window, suck all the smoke out of the truck. And since I can't smell, it didn't bother me. So one night we was up there in Louisville, Kentucky, or somewhere up in Kentucky. I think we'd been over there in eastern Kentucky, somewhere in a mountainous area. What is that called over there? Close to West Virginia. But I felt I was back there in the sleeper, and I was just jumping up and down. I could feel myself coming off the bed. I go, what is that going on? And my head was hitting something back there. And I go, whoa. And then I finally pulled the curtain back, and he was off the road. Whoa. He was off the road. Boom, 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 boom. That thing was just jumping up and down. And I think we had a flatbed loaded with coal mining equipment. And but he gathered it up. And I asked him, are you going to be all right? And he was over trying to snuff his cigarette out, because when he was bouncing around off the road there, he'd went to sleep, see. No, he was over there. I can think of it in a minute. It's a coal mining region of eastern Kentucky. Because we went up this big coal mine. We was going to this big coal mines area. It wasn't near, I said Louisville, but it was all the way over on the eastern side of Kentucky. We were just up in Kentucky Hills there in eastern Kentucky. I just remember that. But he went to sleep, and he ran off the road, but he didn't hit anything. I couldn't see any damage, but he gathered it back up and got it back on the road. But he lost his fire out of his cigarette. It fell down in his lap, and he was trying to knock all that fire off, and his crotch was on fire. And anyhow, when I got back, I requested not to ride with him anymore, because I'm a little bit leery. Oh, hey, we got Rascal Hobbies. Welcome to my page. I'm Old Mac. Um, let me see. I got some things I need to do. Okay, I showed that one. Okay, we're in good shape. Gosh, what was the name of? Oh, I got it. I got it. Hazard, Kentucky. Hazard. Wow, look at you, American Outlaw. Eric, my God. Good seeing you, buddy. I'm hoping life is good for you. I'll tell you this, and we got Eric in here, Buck, American Outlaw up there in Bismarck, North Dakota. I love being solo, and the reason being is I control my whole entire environment. Remember, I told you I was a control freak. I like to be in control of everything that I do. That's including my emotions, which I have a hard time dealing with. I'm glad, man, that you're still kicking. You're still with us. I'm so happy. Oh, you got a wrench. You're good. You're good to go. I was going to give you a crescent wrench. Yeah, Hazard, Kentucky is where it was at. Because I remember Hazard County. We was up there when we. Being in charge, how you plan your day out. Like you look at back in the old days, we had what they call MapQuest, and before that we had a Nextel phone. And what they'd tell you is when you get to your destination, here's your contact number. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, you'd arrive at your destination, Miami, Florida, Fort Smith, Arkansas, or wherever your destination happened to be. And it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. You're tired, you're wore out, and you go there and you find the pay phone, and you get up in that pay phone over there. You drop your 4 quarters in, and you dial that number up, and that thing comes back screaming at you. That's a damn fax number. They gave you a friggin' fax number. Oh my God, that's a killer. To have a fax number, have that thing screaming in your head back in them days, And then you'd have to call the home office and you go, I can't deliver because I cannot find the place because you gave me a fax number. And they'd dig around, and finally the dispatcher would get you a number, and they go, I think this might be a good number here. And that was so frustrating back in the days. But when we had the old Nextel, one time they asked me to go to Cherokee, Oklahoma. I had to deliver a 2,000 horsepower electric motor from Hayden, Alabama to Cherokee, Oklahoma. Well, I can't cross. I'm now already in my sleeper line. I dragged my line. I was down in the sleeper because I got to be off the road. They call me. They go, you got to go to Cherokee. You got to get this up there. So I go, I'm already on my sleeper line. They go, that's your problem, not ours. You got to get this motor up to Cherokee, Oklahoma. So I reach under the mattress and get a second logbook and get the pages and get everything. You know what you're going to do. You may have been there. I don't know. You might have not have been. Maybe never did allow yourself to do something illegal, but okay. So you rearrange your book and you get 75 miles from Cherokee, Oklahoma. The Nextel rings again. Yeah. No, they want you to go to, they want you to bring it to Houston, Texas. They can't take the motor in because it's got to go to Houston, Texas. And you got to be at 7 a.m. in Houston, Texas. I go, I ain't no damn way I can get to Houston, Texas from where I'm at here in Oklahoma by 7 in the morning. They go, well, they're waiting on you down there. I go, hell, they can wait all day long. I'm going to do what I can do. And but remember this, I'm in my sleeper line, on the real book, the one I'm gonna have to present to them people. But anyhow, golly, then you'd say, well, I'll do this. I'll hump this load down to Houston. You get down to Houston, you drop the motor off. You go, thank God that's over with. Then you go, you have to be in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Ypsilanti, they want you up there in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And you have to use caution because there's lake effect snow up there, and it's been 32 below zero, and it's snow winds and warnings. But I need you there by 9 o'clock this afternoon, this morning, or whatever. I go, what? Oh man, I tell you. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be even worse tomorrow. My God, it never ended. And the thing is, you're being a control freak. You've already got everything planned out exactly. You're gonna do all these things. You got all these places. You may have 6 or 7 drop-offs between Birmingham, Alabama, and your last drop-off might be Albuquerque, New Mexico. Whatever the last drop-off is. And you plot and you scheme on your routes and how you're going to do all this kind of stuff. And then the receiver can't receive it because of whatever the issue, and then you got to take it somewhere else. They don't even think about that kind of stuff. That's your problem. That's the driver's problem. And it has nothing to do with the company. We're here our job is to send you out and do your thing. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'll take me off the screen here for a minute. Let me see. I'm going to leave it right here just for a second. Yeah, hey, Roller T-Bone. Yeah, where's see my American flag right here behind me, man? I'm under the stars. Hey, don't go away now. I'm going to remove me for a second. I got to go to the bathroom. Old man got to go to the bathroom. Y'all, you talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back. I'm back. Whoa! Hey, well, thank you, Roland T-Bone. That little old truck right there, it's a good one, boy. I know everybody feels the same way about you. But yeah, not yesterday. Friday morning, we left Flagstaff, Arizona, and we're out there somewhere in Arizona. And what went by me was a burgundy colored trike. And you got to keep in mind, when I left Flagstaff, it was already 19 degrees. It was 19 when I got up on the highway. It was 16 there where we was at. But the time we got up on the road, and when I noticed the weather thing come up on the screen, it said 19 degrees. This guy goes by, and it sounded so good. It just cruised right on by. And I don't know what the temperature was at that time when he went by, but it was pretty cold. But he was all bundled up, and he looked like a big old gorilla sitting up on that thing. And I told Angelique, I said, that could be me and you right there. Yeah, T-Bone, I had an issue with my dog. Not only did I have an issue with my dog, Angelique was sick for 2 straight weeks. I was sick for 2 weeks. It never quit raining. It got up high as 34 degrees or something like that, 38. Never did get warm. I think one day we got 42 degrees. And we had blue sky. One day we went to Snoqualmie Falls up on I-90, and I think that temperature then was up like 42 degrees, but blue sky. It was pretty. Oh, so I was telling you, T-Bone, my dog Theo had hurt his paw, and my sister, she's really good with animals. We pulled the what happened is toenail curled into his pad of his foot, but he was bleeding, and so anyhow, we'd already had made our plans to head back, and I knew if I get back to Alabama, I would be able to get him help. Well, I spent yesterday in the hospital with him. We didn't get home till really late last night. Had all 4 of his little feet worked on. Had to have his nails surgically removed, and had to have them cut back to the quick. And it's an issue with that particular little dog. Their little toenails curled, and when it went into the pad, it curled under here like this. He was curled, and I couldn't just pull it straight out. You had to unhook it, where it went into his pad. So they had to operate on his pads, his feet, and make his little feet better. And we got him home. He's over asleep now. The reason he's sleeping right now, I gave him gabapentin, which is what they gave me to give him. And gabapentin, it said, may induce drowsiness while he's sound asleep. And we got another little baby. We have the grandfather, and thank you very much, Roland, with T-Bone. I appreciate you saying that. We have the grandfather to Angelique had a dog named Tanner, and Tanner passed away this year, and it was devastating. But we have the grandfather dog to Tanner. He's old. He's almost blind. He's hard of hearing. He's just like me, old and grouchy. But they're the most loving little animal. His name is Colton. Look right here. T-Bone, I don't know if you'll be able to see him. that little thing laying over there, I can't zoom up on him. He's got a little backpack, a little furry little thing on his body to keep him warm. He's laying there over there. He's such a good little creature. Let me tell you, we brought him home due to the fact he was born here in Alabama, and he's going to live here remaining of his days with me. He loves me. He's just a comfort to have around. But he travels well. Okay, I got my passport all sorted out and paid for on Friday. I was waiting to come home now. I may see March, but you might be coming down into Florida. Oh man, that'd be cool. Maybe if things working good, I will have a chance to meet up with you folks this year. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I think they're trying to work up. A meeting place for us all to. That's a little old nugget laying over there. I think he weighs 4 or 5 pounds. He's not much, but he sleeps with me. The first night when we got in bed yesterday morning at 4:30 in the morning, we got in bed. He crawled in under my armpit, and that's where he slept. Had to be an extreme environment because I had not showered in 24 hours, so I was pretty ripe. I think I'll call that little woman. Yeah, let me call Angelique here. And I have something I need her to do that I can't do for myself right now. And we will get that going.
Hello.
Hey, little sweet nugget.
Yo, what up?
What up? What up?
What's up?
That's Southern way of greeting one another. What's up?
Are you getting hungry?
No, I need to have you to come here.
Okay.
And I'll explain it to you when you get here, babe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
I'm cold.
Let me hang on. Let me see if I can. Let me do something here. Let me do something here. I'm working on something to do here. Then I'm not going to go away, but you're cold. Y'all wrapped it. Come over.
I'm in my robe, babe.
Come over here. Go bring that little honey.
I'm a polar bear.
A little polar bear. Look at. Say hey to T-Bone and 2-4 and
Hey, T-Bone. Hey, 2-4. What's up?
I know it ain't got it hasn't got warm in this house yet.
I got the pillow cleaned.
Yeah, I see that. And let me do this. Take me a second here. Okay, I'm not okay. Let me do this right here. All right, we're back. Had to give her some verbal instructions. Well, she was really sick, and bless her heart. She tried to stay spirited all that time, and we got the tree all decorated up at my sister's house, and it was an ordeal. Her being sick, it was something she's not used to. She's never sick, and but she's feeling better now. Who knows, Buck? I might even ride off down that way. I got to get a few things squared away. Once I get some things squared away, we're going to start doing more activities. We had plans of being in the Northwest until after the 27th of December, but that kind of fell through with so many situations that had to be taken care of, and we got it taken care of. We're taking care of each item as we go. The baby's well. He's healing up over now. But we got to get the house back going again. We had everything turned off. There was no power when the power had been off. I don't know how long, but it was on when we got back in the house, but it had been off. All the lights are blinking. See, the camera runs off our what you call whatever that thing is called down there. It's a $450 power supply. It's got a lithium battery. It'll keep everything running for a month. So the cameras were on because it runs off the battery power when the power goes off. So we had no clue that the power was off. There's not a warning or nothing. Oh my God, when we got in the house, it was so cold. It was so cold. What did you miss? Well, have you saw Roland of T-Bone? He's in here. And 2-4 is excited about getting he's got his passport and everything, so he can come down and visit with a stateside. And we're going to make sure we're going to try to make that event. If 2-4 is coming all the way from Nova Scotia, I damn sure can drag up enough energy to get myself to a meeting. If they come up and decide where the meeting is going to be, I'm sure they're going to wait till the weather gets a little warmer, because ain't nobody be wanting to drive any long distance in freezing weather. Oh yeah, he's way up above Maine, Nova Scotia. It looks like it's a beautiful place. I watch Bad Chad every day. I don't miss an episode. And even when I'm traveling, when I get to the motel room, I'll still watch Bad Chad. He's working on his Model A right now, but Bad Chad, he's out of Nova Scotia. And he's probably one of the better things that's ever happened in Nova Scotia, because he brings the world together, and Oh, there's people that love to watch his work. He's a master craftsman when it comes to working with metal and stuff. He's not much of a mechanic. He's not a good electrician. He doesn't know anything about electrical or about. He done some dumb things yesterday. I thought to myself, if I was there, I would shake him really good. And he was doing things that I wouldn't have done to an engine, but he got things going. But he's learning as he goes, and people tell him things, and he listens to what they say. But he's in Nova Scotia, Bad Chad. If you like car building, he's good. Okay. Give me a bottle. Oh, yeah, the little baby who wants me to pick him up. Give me a little buddy. Come here, look. Come
I
here.
gotta take him out.
Huh?
He just woke up, so I gotta take him out.
Hang on. How about this, honey? Get me a bottle of water, and then we'll negotiate taking him out. Look up there. Look at T-Bone. Oh, you like the sound of T-Bone, don't you? Say hello, T-Bone. That's brown chicken. You want to come up here and sit up here? Up here. Here we go. There you go. Is that a good place to sit? He is 14 years old, and he's a lovely little creature. And his master, he's a dead soldier. He died back a while ago. And my sister thought it would be the right thing to do to bring him back to Alabama. He was born here in Alabama. And we're going to bring him here, and this is going to be his resting place. He's a very quiet dog, but he can bark. He's got an old man's grouchy bark. Rawr, 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 rawr. Hang on. What time is it now?
Almost 2.
Woo! Yeah, we got to get that done. Well, brown chicken. This little fellow is 14 years old, but he's younger than Theo. Theo's 15. Theo's the one that had to have the surgery yesterday. 6 hours of surgery. That was 6 hours, the longest hours of my life. Oh, you unload. She's unloading everything. I'm glad are you feeling better, honey?
It's warmer out there than it is in the front.
Come over here and let the people know that you're feeling comfortable. You can hear, sit right here. Oh, there we go. Let T-Bone and all them know that how good does it feel to be home?
So good.
Oh, little baby, I know it's a rough. Was you able in that 20? I drove 24 hours. Was you able to take a nap while we was riding?
A couple, yeah. A couple times.
See, I said, "Are you up to a 24-hour drive?" And she said,
If you're up to it, then I can't.
"If you can do it, I can do it."
Yeah, that didn't last 8 hours.
I watch her. She always asks me when she wakes up. She said,
Did I
What?
snore?
"Did I snore?"
Or the new one? Did I talk in my sleep?
Oh yeah,
I was mumbling something
she's always carrying on a conversation in her sleep,
with somebody.
and it's a real conversation, and she ain't like just talking to herself. But anyhow, we knocked out that 24 hours, didn't we?
That was the worst 24 hours ever. We're never doing that again.
Never. We ain't never gonna do 24 hours again.
We should have listened to Cindy.
I know, but
We wanted to be in our beds.
all right. Now listen to this. What did 24 hours give us? 24 hours allowed us to get home, get Theo to the hospital,
Freeze our booties off.
get his everything done. What?
Freeze our booties off.
Clean my booty.
No, freeze your booty.
Oh, free my booty.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, clean that booty.
Yeah. And so now we got the baby. He's getting better over there. And
He's doing his own little rehab by moving around.
yeah. Well, guys, she came in and the reminder is, oh, hey, just pop the top.
I did.
You already popped the
Yeah.
top. Oh, You know, your job is wait on my every need, you know. Yeah, that was good.
There, hang on. Let me put the lid back on. There you go.
Okay. She reminds me we got a job to do. I got a truck sitting out there loaded. And we got to go unload the truck. I haven't done any of that stuff. We spent all that time yesterday at the hospital.
And then we gotta charge up your bike.
Yeah, I got to put the charger on my bike. I went out there before we headed to the hospital, and I hit the old starter button, and it was 25 degrees. The weather was 25, and the motor went. She's been sitting there for a month, so I got to plug up the charger to it, get that thing going. And so I've been on here, I'm going to do it one more minute. Oh, now 3 hours went by. Oh, yes, every trip is a lot of great memories. What did you take from the trip?
That I like traveling more.
You like traveling?
I do. I'm a gypsy at heart.
She travels so good. It's unbelievable.
I may sleep a lot, but
Well, yeah, you sleep.
but the
a lot.
scenery is always beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's even though there's places that are the same, we find new places to enjoy.
Did you like Mount Shasta?
I love Shasta. It's beautiful.
Did you like to look up the river and see the Mount Hood up in Portland?
I love everything. I
Did
love
you like
mountains.
seeing Mount St. Helens up the river?
I love all mountains. They are my zen place.
I really appreciate. Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was thinking right now.
no, right in the corner.
Sorry, baby. Well, you got two eyes. That's the reason the good Lord gave you two. You know, lose one eye, you can operate.
No, that'd be a problem for you.
Okay, guys. I've been at it 3 hours. I got to get this truck unloaded. And because we promised today it was going to be an easy get back into life. And we're going to start doing our morning streaming.
Or early afternoon, whatever's.
Yeah, we're going to try to look at whoever's doing whatever they're doing and try to not to clash with them. But each and every one of us has something to offer. You know, we don't have a set life where we've got to do this, we've got to do that. People are free to travel around and go to the different sites. I encourage everybody to go check out all the different live feeds, and because you'll find so many different points of view on any subject, and you'll enrich in your life. We run across a wonderful gentleman yesterday. I started to tell this story 3 different times, but I'll tell it now. Fellow's name is Sonny that lives at Flag Mountain State Park. He's a caretaker of Flag Mountain, Flagg Mountain. His name is Sonny. He's a world hiker. He hikes. He's an older man.
And like a duffer?
He's like an old duffer, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, this young man I met at the hospital, he wanted to get hooked up with hiking. Him and his wife are hiking people. They like to hike, and I told him about the Bankhead Forest and Little River Canyon, and of course the Appalachian Trail starts here in Alabama. And so now they're going to be able to go and do some of these things, and it was a really good experience meeting him. He had a situation. His little animal, like my little animal here, they barbecued a turkey for Thanksgiving, and some of the grease spilled over onto the driveway, and he went out and used a degreaser to clean the grease up, and his dog licked up some of the degreaser and it made him sick, so they brought him to the poison center at the hospital, and they had him treating him for some stuff he had eaten off the sidewalk, a degreaser. All right, let me say thank you, and we'll wish each and every one of you a good rest of the Sunday here. See you in the morning. See you maybe later this afternoon. We don't know. We just gotta unload the truck. That's all right, baby. Mm-hmm. So if I can say goodbye delicately here, we're going to end the stream. So have a good rest of the weekend.